Today is Friday, the 2nd of February 2018. This is a video on one aspect of the new release of version Health 1, that is version 8.5.2.2186. It may be greater number than 2186 when it is released, but this video is about the maternity module. There is a new scheme in pilot at the moment, mainly in Cork, between maternity hospitals and GPs electronically sharing antenatal care. This scheme is known as the MNCMS, Maternity Newborn Clinical Management System. So I'm going to demonstrate the changes we have made to the maternity form in Health 1 first of all, and then I'm going to show you some messages imported from the hospital, and we can send messages back, that is consultations, antenatal consultations, back to the maternity hospital. Here we have some test pregnancy patients whose surname all begin with pregnancy. I'm going to open Anna Pregnancy, and as you can see here from her pregnancy tab, she is 24 weeks pregnant. So I'm going to do a new antenatal consultation by clicking on this, as we always do, a follow-up visit. And I'm just going to show you the differences in this version of Health 1 in this form. First of all, I'm going to fill in the details. The first thing to notice about the new form is that down at the bottom left we have shared the antenatal data. In other words, under certain circumstances, this button here, this box, checkbox, will be ticked and we will be able to send it directly to the maternity hospital. I'll go into that later. First thing is the actual form. So it's a routine visit, weight, blood pressure as normal, fundus as normal, fetal heart sounds, presentation, all as normal. This box here, fetal movement, has changed. So we have present per palpation, present per patient, decreased per patient, absent per palpation, absent per patient. We've just changed the list there. We've added a few things in the vaccinations here, but in this case we've just said vaccine discussed. The urine, there's a significant change in the urine section here. So you have a drop-down box for both glucose and proteinuria to give very specific answers. So in this case we say negative, and the glucose as well. You can have trace 1+, 2 pluses, but we'll say negative. In any of the other boxes, you can just tick it to say yes, and you could put in free text into any of the other boxes. If none of these boxes are filled in, then you have a box at the bottom which just says negative for them all. That means there's nothing at all in the urine. So in this case, I'll just say proteinuria negative to give a positive response to the hospital. The comments are the same, and the hospital and maternity number are the same. So we can say OK to this, and the form will be saved. One other thing to note here, that if you have your tools option setting to remove empty items, they will now be removed in this case when you save the transaction, like so. Or if I just save it, the empty items will be removed. So that's the basic changes to the form itself. So before a GP can send a consultation to the maternity hospital, the GP must first receive a message via HealthLink from the hospital to enable Health 1 to send the next antenatal visit to the hospital. So the project that's looking into this is the MNCMS, and it's currently operational in Cork, but will be spread quickly throughout the country. Here I am in Health 1 in the DXM, in the lab module, and I've just imported two lab results, two pregnancy results. So one is for Claire pregnancy. As you can see here, if you look at it, this is coming from the obstetrics, medical specialties obstetrics, and this is the details that the hospital send us. One of these, and the critical thing from Health 1 point of view that we receive, is a number called the CMRN, or Millennium Record Number. And this number is irrelevant to the GP, but it is only when Health 1 sees that a patient has this number in his file that he enables the antenatal form to be sent the next time he does one. I've now opened up a patient called Pregnancy ZZZ, and this is the details from the hospital. This is not the patient, this is the lab result, the HealthLink message that came to the practice, and it has a millennium record number here. So I'm just going to import that one into the patient file, and as you can see, it's merged. Now I'll open the patient file, patient ZZZ, and you can see that this has a new transaction here called Specialized Obstetrics Exam, and the medical specialty is obstetrics, and here are all the details. I've now put a previous consultation in just to make this more realistic. So the patient is, as of today, 39 weeks. We still have the imported consultation here with the millennium record number. So the next consultation I do should allow me to send this, and as you can see in the bottom left here, the shared antenatal day data export is available to me. So I have filled in the form. Fundus is term, fetal heart sounds, cephalic presentation, fetal movement present per patient, the vaccines have been given, there's a trace of protein and no glucose in her urine. So I can just tick this box now if I so wish and send this, and this will be sent automatically via a web service to the hospital. So I just put a test in here because it will actually be sent to the hospital once I send it. Once I click OK, it will connect automatically via a web service, HealthOne will, and send the data to the hospital. Now we have a two-way communication set up between the maternity hospital and the doctor. As you can see here now, we have an item at the end of this consultation saying it was sent on this date at this time. And that's the end of this recording. Thank you.